Are you tired of overpacking for vacation? In this video, we'll show you how to pack light without sacrificing style and comfort. I'm Julie Catherine, and let's get straight into my tips. We all know that lots of women love to be overpackers. We just do. But it's a day and age that is 2025, and we need to start packing a little lighter and a little smarter without sacrificing style and comfort is a big thing. And with these tips, hopefully you can do them all. Avoid overpacking unnecessary luggage weight. We got to stop all just the junk and the crap and the extra this and the large size of hairspray. Those things add up, and they add up in bulk and they add up in weight. And it's what happens a lot of times is you get to the airport and you weigh over the 50 pounds and you owe so much more. And then you're all of a sudden dumping all these extra things in your bag that you're going to take onto the plane. And then you don't even know what you threw on there, and it's just a mess. So we want to use the wardrobe, the capsule wardrobe basics kind of philosophy. Really coordinating outfit creations minimizes a lot of the stress. So you need to kind of, if you have a hanging rack, that's the best thing to do. And then you hang all your outfits. You plan out how many days you're going to be there. What are your kind of itinerary? Are you going for a wedding? Are you just going to hang out at the beach? Are you sightseeing? What do you plan to do in those days? So you kind of write it out. And believe me, I'm not the most organized person. So I always call myself a semi-organized type of person. But when you do this slightly just with the weather and what you're planning to do, like go to a wedding and then hang out on the beach and whatever, I know I need a beach attire for this day. I need a nighttime, and I need something to go to breakfast and hang out. So you kind of already know those things. Then when you start pulling your items, you kind of hang them on your rack, or you lay them out on your bed or somewhere you can kind of lay out everything. You really want to concentrate to try to have things that can mix and match and that have the same color theory kind of throughout. So if it's navy, cream, red, and a white or a beige, those all can kind of intertwine, and all these outfits are going to look good together. Another tip is when you lay everything out, you'll see the colors that you're taking, and if they all kind of go, then you know that you've got multiple outfits when you need them. So say I wore a really cute linen, like a shirt dress, to maybe dinner. The next day or the day after, I could wear that same shirt dress as a cover up because I've already wore it once in the evening. Then I can take that and repurpose it for, a beach cover up. This is how we need to kind of think. And when you lay things out, the shoes and all that, you can know what you need to bring and kind of eliminate the excess quickly. When you don't lay things out and you pack as you go, you have way too many bottoms and not enough tops. Let's talk about versatile tops. We want flowy blouses. We want some type of plain t-shirts. It can even be striped t-shirts. And you also want lightweight, like sweaters like this. They double as something if it's cold, or I can wear it with like a tank top or a t-shirt. You can always layer this over. This is why you want to think of things like a lightweight sweater can also be used when I'm cold, and it's easy to put in any kind of bag or a little purse or something that you can roll up. Those are the types of tops. Comfy pants. We want some type of linen pants, wide leg trousers, denim. Also want to add maxi dresses and midi dresses or midi skirts. Those seem to really go pretty far. They're very comfortable in the summertime. They're very airy. You don't get as hot. Notice I did not put a lot of shorts. You can put shorts in here, but I feel like wide leg pants kind of can go from day to night. But if you're going to just like a beach and it's like cut off shorts or whatever, you want cutoff shorts and maybe like a linen pair of nicer shorts or some kind of tailored shorts. You're going to want something like that. But I feel like when it's really hot, you're going to a hot or humid places, dresses always seem to hit a lot better. And they always just look a little bit more stylish, and you can style it from day to night. Let's talk about comfortable shoes. We need some kind of shoe that we can walk for hours. I always suggest like a white tennis shoe. It can be a Hoka that's all white, just doesn't, I love a good, like my Vehoses are my go-to when I'm going out of town and I want to take them, that I can use for like walking if I'm just walking around somewhere and sightseeing. I also can wear them to the airport, but they still look put together. They're part of the wardrobe capsule kind of shoe that you can wear with anything. I know some of you hate wearing tennis shoes or sneakers with dresses, but I want you to remember that sneakers with dresses, especially over in Europe, are so welcome. And it just, they always look a little, when you wear a dress, I got a dress on today, I just feel a little put together when you don't even need to take a shower and feel a little put together when you wear a dress, and you can throw a sneaker on if you're planning to wear all day. You're also gonna need some type of sandal, some type of flat sandal that you like. I love like more of a nude shoe. When I travel, I like nude or clear shoes. Some of y'all don't like the clear shoes, and I get it. I just love a nude sandal of some type. Also, you want one dressy. If you are a high heel, I guess this is where your dressy would be, or a wedge, or more of a kitten heel. You only need one pair. So if that's a nude pair or a metallic, that's going to be more in your essential wardrobe items that you would need. Like a capsule is always going to be a metallic. So you pick the heel height that you like, but just bring one when you lay out your outfits that would go with every evening outfit if you're able to wear it. I just suggest it that way, and then you don't have 17 shoes. Who's been there when they open their bags and they come home and they put 5 pairs of heels and they only wore one? We're trying to help you limit just the stress of packing, because it is so stressful to pack. And these tips, I promise you, will help you just pack a lot lighter and a lot smarter. These are going to be packing tips for a stylish and functional capsule wardrobe. So let's choose like the fabric. Choose wrinkle-free or effortless like packing. I know we all want more of the natural fibers. I don't mind linen to be a little wrinkly, but if you are just the type that you cannot handle that, you're gonna want to lean towards, let's see, a viscose. A viscose is actually really good fabric in the sense that it is made to let the air flow. It is somewhat of a synthetic fabric, but that's going to be as close as you get to a natural fiber. There's lots of viscose. It's the closest thing to like a cotton. It's very breathable, believe it or not. The other one is TENCEL Lyocell. That's another one. I believe Banana Republic Factory has a lot of the TENCEL. So does, I think, J. Crew Factory. But type in that word, TENCEL Lyocell. I think also Athleta has a lot of that in their line. If you go to the website and in that little like search bar, you type in TENCEL, they will bring up any garment that has TENCEL in it. That's going to be one of your other fabrics that don't wrinkle as much. But if you love cotton and linen and silk and wool and cashmere, those will travel good. They're just going to be a little wrinkly, or you bring yourself a steamer. A steamer will do wonders, but I get it. Some people are not out there wanting to steam their clothes or iron them or anything like that. So you're going to want to look for a viscose, a TENCEL type fabric. Anything with a spandex or elastane just is going to travel better. So look at some of those fabrics. I would just say try to look for viscose if you are a non-wrinkle linen chick. If you are, just try to look for something with that in it. So pack for layers. So I love blazers. I love like a jean jacket of some type. I love like this cotton sweater from Quince is really good. They come in many colors. I would get like more of a neutral, a black, a gray. This is like a tan. This is really cute with like lots of white linen pants and stuff, but this is a blue, it goes with that. I would try to find something like that would work really well. You want to pack some type of third, as I always call it, a third layer that you can. I love a blazer because that can elevate one outfit at night. So I would love to put like a black blazer or like a white linen type blazer on, or a flat color, sand color type of blazer that you can just throw on with some jeans and a white shirt. That looks great. That looks put together, pulled together. Now, how are you going to make these plain outfits that are like wardrobe essentials? Don't forget the accessories. That's one of the key things. So you're going to wear scarves, you're going to have your earrings, you're going to have your bracelets, sunglasses, cute little evening bags, little clutches. The earrings and scarves and hats don't take up much weight. Clothes, jeans, like heavy material, take up a lot of weight in bags. So when you carry a couple of scarves and some jewelry and maybe one, or like maybe like a larger brim hat and maybe like a baseball type cap or something like that, anything that can add a little personality, it just adds. That's where you're going to bring in like your colors, like, you know, your fun statement type of necklaces for the evening, just some of those that change up the outfit, that kind of amp it up a little bit, that can go from day to night. Very simple, just gold or silver little necklaces, and a very simple stud or something very small, or little huggies or something like that you can wear every single day, and then at night change it up with some like bigger statement jewelry, bracelets, all kinds of rings, can all just change your outfits very quick without adding too much weight. Now the next thing is outfit inspiration for every occasion. Okay, casual day looks. Flowy blouses, linen pants, sandals, and a scarf. Very simple. It looks very elevated, and you're going to elevate it through some, you know, just actually putting on a really cute hat with this outfit would look really good. Like for walking around and viewing all the cool things wherever you're going, this would look really good. For a dinner outfit, you're going to have like your wide leg trousers, maybe a dressier top, heels. This is where you're going to put the one night shoe with every outfit, and then some statement jewelry. Wearing your hair pulled back always looks very chic, just with some simple earrings, with the shoe change. And I always say have those little evening bags that are very, very small. I feel like that can always elevate. It always, when you see somebody with like a smaller little evening bag, it just already elevates and knows that's an evening bag, instead of carrying a big old huge tote to dinner. I mean, just change those out. Just have the one tote you carry on to the plane, and then a couple, like 2 evening bags that you can mix and match with all your outfits. Let's talk about a beach outfit. Obviously you want a swimsuit and you need a cover up. You're comfortable like sandal type water shoe, or just a cute shoe. Now, I say you need a cute sandal, and if you're going to a beach or somewhere like that, you need like a sandal that can get wet, that you don't ruin. So if you plan to spend 7 days directly on a beach every day, you probably don't necessarily need like a comfortable tennis shoe. You can definitely do a sandal, a water shoe, and an evening shoe. 3 shoes, that's all you need, that can go with all your outfits. Change it up with the different kind of hats, you know, or the hats that you can change out the ribbons to match your outfits or something like that. It's what I would really concentrate on. Also, remember, if you're doing any kind of like beach type thing, if you wear something in the evening, that you can transform it to a cover up is really fun. I love anything gauzy, anything like linen, anything light and airy, stuff like that. You can use your color with your swim cover up too, or your swimsuits can be a little bit more colorful, and then your cover ups can be a little bit more neutral, that can go with more outfits. I like a good swimsuit that has a lot of color or patterns or stuff like that, and then you put your basic cream, white, black, or tan or something like that over your bathing suit. I feel like the color needs to come in with like the bathing suit, a red bathing suit, a light blue, hot pink, all those. I feel like just jazzes up everything, and then you can bring 1 or 2 cover-ups. I love more bathing suits than more cover-ups, so that's just my 2 cents on that. Okay, so these are some bonus tips. Always carry a reusable water bottle to stay hydrated. I mean, you just, some of these places, you just never know where you can get water. Second thing, water's so expensive in all these airports. Another thing is like to carry it in your bag, you always have the water. I mean, I don't know how many times we went back to a room and did not have water bottles or forgot them. That'd go all the way back down. It was always a pain. So I always like having a water bottle with filling up water in it and then carrying it all day or whatever. And then when we get back to the room, I know we have water if we just need it in case if no one wants to walk all the way back to go get water, but it's just always a good tip. Also, a good tip is carry, always have like a foldable like tote or something that can be packed down for if you're going to places that you're going to get souvenirs and you are maxed out on your suitcases or your backpacks, you cannot put anything else back. Always have one of those really small, one of the really the foldable like totes that are compressed all then you can throw in your suitcase. So if you do buy souvenirs, sometimes it's like you forget when you go somewhere. You're like, oh, I probably won't. And then you go to Italy and you want a couple of linen dresses and you want a cup that says Italy on it. And then all of a sudden you got like 17 things. You don't know how to pack those. So bring those really small, like packable totes that are easy to transform if you need for all your goods to get back. Okay, keep copies of important documents on your phones and in and paper and printed. On those important documents, make sure on your, for photo sakes, like when you take a photo of them, make sure they're password protected. Also, put those on your kids, on your spouse's phone or your friends, kind of swap them out in case if one phone gets lost, you still have all your important documents still under a password protected code. So just if somebody breaks into your phone, maybe they can't get into it because those photos are password protected. You never want to go somewhere and just not have all your stuff. What a nightmare to end your great vacation and not have the documents you need. Also, another tip, I don't hear much of this talked about, but download Google Maps offline. Meaning when you get there, you can download it. Maybe I'll leave how to do it because it's a couple of steps. But once you get to your location, you download the Google Maps offline and then you download where you're at and then you save it. So it always just comes up with that map. And if you're doing a lot of walking, sightseeing, tourism, all that kind of stuff, that's really good for that kind of thing. So when you get lost and you're trying and you get turned around, you can always look at that map and see the different streets and that kind of thing. It's just a good tip to have because sometimes you get somewhere and you can't bring up the maps or it's trying to pin you somewhere else. It's always a good thing to have a backup of the map of the location where you're going to be at, especially if you're going to several different stops and you're walking a lot. That's basically what you're going to be doing, is a lot of sightseeing. This will help tremendous to just ensure that for your safety, and then you don't get too lost. You know what I mean? You don't want to get absolutely lost. You can't get connection. It's all, it's always something with these iPhones and these smartphones here. It's just always nice to have a backup even in your camera roll of the area that these maps are when you download them. It means it's just going to be there. Sometimes you don't need the service to bring it up. So I'll leave how to do that because it's like 3 steps or whatever. I'll leave the steps down below so you can make sure to do that. But these are my vacation wardrobe essentials for traveling over 50. Hopefully this will help you travel a little lighter, a little smarter, and more stylish. My name is Julie Catherine. I'm building a community here. Make sure you like and subscribe my video. Until next time.